I'd like to talk to you today about leading the California Lost Boat Memorial. And I kind of backed into leadership here because I had no involvement with the organization until I was asked by the previous president of the Submarine Veterans to take a look at. Kind of what happened is, about 2009, most of the board of directors passed away. The three or four board members left. Two of them moved to the East Coast. They provided a box of paperwork to one of the other gentlemen and said, "Here's everything, here's the checkbook, good luck." The problem with that issue is simply the fact that they were not in compliance with the IRS, the Franchise Tax Board, or the Secretary of State. Fast forward to 2016, in October at a pasta feed that I attended, I was asked by Al Cole, the former president of our organization, to take a look at this. I got on my cell phone right there and found out that they had not been in compliance since 2009. This was extremely concerning because in the Submarine Veterans Organization, even though this is a separate 501c3 nonprofit, all of the board members are submarine veterans that belong to the Submarine Veterans Organization, and we were concerned that the IRS could provide linkage there, and we were concerned that not only that would be an issue, but the fact that we had about $25,000 in the bank was a concern too. So I started working on resolving the problem. I contacted the IRS Franchise Tax Board. We put together a meeting of the willing from two different submarine vet groups, elected a board of directors. I was elected as the secretary. And about 4 or 5 months later, we were able to bring everything back into compliance. It did cost us about $3,500 to have all of the IRS and Franchise Tax Board taxes completed by my CPA, who did a fabulous job and cut us a really good deal. That was a very challenging situation, as well as the fact that I had an individual that was part of that organization that had a lot of concerns as well. It's a gentleman, he and his wife are probably in their mid-80s. Their health is not good. They have been completely difficult to contact via email, telephone, or what have you. And in the end analysis, I had to relieve them of many of their duties. If you can imagine what it would be like to fire your parents from something, this would be that situation. Fortunately, while I did that, I had to also go to a Veterans Building Commission, this gentleman sat on, and talk to them about what had happened. We were able to resolve the situation to everyone's satisfaction. These folks had done a great job for a very long time, but I believe at this time that they needed to quietly retire, which is what they're going to do. We will honor them, and then we will replace them with some other folks. Many things that I learned about leading this organization. The president is another friend of mine, and he is stepping down, and I will be running for president shortly in the next month or two. So what I did is I submitted a 360-degree evaluation to all of the board members to ask them if there's anything I can do to improve. And like many things, all of the folks that responded did provide areas of improvement for me. And I would say my grade on a grade letter basis would probably be a pretty solid B. Things that I did well: lead the organization, organize meetings, run the meetings, do everything that needed to be done, including deal with the cost of repairing a World War II torpedo that we have in our care, getting it moved to the place that's repairing it, and then negotiating the price down about almost 40%. None of these things were really easy. They required a team of people, but I had a great supporting cast. Areas of improvement for me is probably making sure that I get all of the details completely correct. We've got most everything done, but some of the things, working better on finding other people to help step up. The president is stepping down. We have someone to come in and relieve him as a board of director, but I will be running for president. I doubt that there will be any competition. That's usually the way many of these things work. But regardless, I think the focus that we have now is we've relegated our tax status to be simple, what they call electronic web forms, where we submit a web form, we make less than $50,000 a year in gross receipts. It's pretty simple for both IRS and Franchise Tax Board. I think the primary thing I would say I've learned here is I'm very humbled by the feedback I got. 360s have that effect to me. We all think of ourselves doing things a certain way. Other people perceive us doing things a different way. And kind of the difference between their perception and reality is always kind of a key component into improving. I try and take a look at every single item that was mentioned. I look at my part in that. What can I do to raise my game, to improve? And then I move forward. I've talked again about where the Lost Boat Memorial was when I first got involved. I explained the process of resolving many of its issues and some of the challenges of leadership that I've had. But I would also say it's been a very positive experience. One of the key challenges in the future is going to be they are moving the marina. Currently, the site of the San Leandro Marina, where the Lost Boat Memorial is located, is going to become home soon. So all of that is in flux. We're going to be moving this large granite monument somewhere that we really don't know where that's going to be yet. But regardless of what happens, I know that we will be fine, and I believe that everything will come out the way that it's supposed to be.